Okay, we're on? Hello? Can everybody hear us? Oh? Oh? My friends on the boat? Uh-oh. Hello?
Good afternoon, Miss Mozumi! How are you doing today, Miss Mozumi? Welcome to the Game Show with the Most. I'm your host with the most, Chris McLean.
Game Show?
Drama Island. I'm here right now aboard the USS Hornet. How are you doing, Miss Mozumi?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing awesome. Now you said that this is a game show. Is that what I just got from? Is that what I just got through the curtain?
Yes, it is. This is Total Drama Boat. Welcome
Total
to Total
Drama
Drama
Boat.
Boat. I'm your host, Chris McLean. And you could win $1 million right now, dude.
Wait, you actually do sound like him. Oh my god. No,
Dude,
wait. If you're Chris McLean.
Let me rephrase. Let me rebuttal.
Okay.
Alrighty, campers. Today's challenge is to not guess what Miss Zomi doesn't know about the ship. And if you don't support her, not cool, dudes. Not cool.
Oh my god, I really believed you were Canadian there.
Wow, you believed I was Canadian? I am a proud red, white, and blue Frenchman. That is what I am.
You did some ops there. you were like a shapeshifter.
See, there you go. See, there you go. That's part of my skills, special forces.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm kidding right now. Miss Mozumi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Very excited to learn about boats. I love boats.
Well,
I've grown up on boats. I love fishing. Do you like fishing?
I do like fishing indeed.
You better like fishing.
Quite a lot.
Yay!
But anyways, hi everyone at home. My name is Gabriel Cherry. I'm the marketing manager here at the USS Hornet Sea, Air, and Space Museum. And I am so glad to give you guys yet another tour today because I believe this is now my 4th tour for V-Dere, but here with the beautiful Miss Mozumi Pichi. It's wonderful to have you aboard today. Obviously, your fellow members of the wonderful V-Dere have already been aboard, but we've been awaiting you. We've been awaiting you and Horse President, so we're excited.
Oh yes, Horse President. That's gonna be a big one.
Well, we are excited to have Horse President, though. As from my understanding, Horse President is Army and we are Navy here, so there might be a little. But I don't know. I'll just say this, Horse President, if you're watching, go Navy, beat Army. Anyways. So this was you're probably wondering, where are we at right now?
Where are we? I see some tables, some chairs. I see a big old missile.
Oh, take a wild guess where we're at.
Lunch hall.
Man, I wish it was lunch hall. It's kind of lunchtime right now. Okay, stream over. Later, guys.
What? It's gotta be a good growth if he's running that fast. He's really going. He's leaving.
No, we are actually on the hangar deck. So, Mr. Cameraman, you can stand around here. Notice all this space around us.
All right, noticing. On many planes, many aircrafts.
The USS Hornet is about to link to several football fields.
Oh.
And during World War II, with the aircraft that were during Second World War, we were able to store over 100 aircraft in the hangar bay, but also on the flight deck as well. Well, not over 100 aircraft, but cumulatively. But there's one thing, Miss Mozumi. The hangar deck is not where planes are stored.
Really? What, you put clothes on it?
Yeah, we dress them up. We make them look very pretty, very
because it's the hangar deck.
very we put a little bow on it. We do a little something.
Bows? Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Fabulous. Invite our high-heeled Marines over.
Anyways, so aircraft are actually stored on the flight deck. United States Navy doctrine dictates that aircraft are to be stored on the flight deck. Now, on the flight deck, and we might see it a little later, there are actually these little tie downs, these little hooks in the bottom of the deck that allow you to tie them down.
Okay, all right. Same like how you have anchors for ships. You got little tie downs for your aircrafts.
Exactly, because you don't want the aircraft to fall off the side of the ship as it's going in the water. Going up and down, left and right. You want to be able to keep it secure.
Yeah, might be a little expensive.
The hangar deck was mainly used for maintenance and repair. So what you had here was a lot of engineers, and you had a lot of mechanics working on aircraft constantly, getting them ready for flight operations. So this camera focus on me. So you're probably wondering though, is how many SS? Well, let me rephrase here, Miss Mozumi. How many USS Hornets do you think there were in history?
How many USS Hornets do I think there was in history?
Take a wild guess.
You know, I usually would think like a named ship was unique, but perhaps not.
No, the U.S. Navy likes to give multiple ships the same name.
All right, USS Hornet. You know, if I had to guess, maybe like... you made me think that
so
there's probably a
this is
lot.
USS Hornet CV-12. This is CV-12.
CV-12.
What is CV-12, right? So CV-12.
It's the 12th
what's so
one.
unique about it? So it's the 12th aircraft carrier ever made. CV is the designation for aircraft carrier. So like there's CV-1, CV-2, CV-3, but there are multiple Hornets. Now we're going to go into that a little bit here.
Okay, multiple Hornets. You know, usually I would think a Hornet was the name of an airplane, right?
You would, but actually, there have been 8 USS Hornets in the history of the United States Navy.
Okay, all right.
So, Mr. Cameraman, you come in here. Going back to the Revolutionary War, you had a commercial sailing vessel that was converted into a United States Navy frigate during the American Revolution. Throughout the time, you had other ships that took the name Hornet, as was tradition in the Navy, until you got about to the 1900s, where you started getting into the Steel Navy. After this Hornet, you got Hornet CV-8, which was the first aircraft carrier. This aircraft carrier is famous for doing the famous Doolittle raid. We'll talk about the Doolittle raid a little later. But the Hornet we're currently on right now is Hornet CV-12, which is the 12th aircraft carrier. CV-8 is the 8th ever aircraft carrier made. And then there were other iterations of the Hornet, which were CV-A, which was a attack aircraft carrier, and then there was CV-S, which was an anti-submarine aircraft carrier. But we'll go into that a little later.
Okay. This one's got a whole family history.
Yeah, that she does. Matter of fact, she has a very large family because Hornet is an Essex-class aircraft carrier. There are 24 Essex-class aircraft carriers in history. There actually were 42 planned, but they only built 24. So, here is Hornet's bell from 1943. Yeah, see how we have this prominently displayed as people come aboard the ship. This is actually one of the first things people see when they walk aboard the ship for a tour or they come aboard to visit for the day.
Oh my.
So you notice the engraving here. That's all done. There's some engraving inside, but we won't take a look at that right now because cameraman, we don't want you to get confused.
Now, why would they typically ring that bell?
Mainly when they're going out to sea.
Okay.
You know, letting know final calls and whatnot.
Okay.
But this is more of a ceremonial bell, though.
Okay, ceremonial.
For the ship because yes. So right here where we're at right now is actually one of the bomb elevators. So you may wonder. So let me ask you this question: where do you think aircraft were fueled and armed on the hangar deck, and then they went up to the flight deck so we can launch them? Do you think that we did it down here?
Do I think that you fueled it down here and then lifted it up? Well,
yeah.
You asking that question makes me incredulous of it now.
Hey, I told you it's a game show. You're competing for some points here. Okay, Miss Mozumi, what is the answer?
I'm gonna say no.
You are correct, Miss Mozumi.
Okay.
No, we do not refuel. We do not fuel aircraft or arm them on the hangar deck. That is all needed to be done on the flight deck. Number one reason, safety. Because notice where we're at right now. It is essentially a steel box. So if you have a fire, an explosion, or anything else that can be hazardous, it can be contained because we can cut off parts of the ship with our giant hangar bay doors. But it's a lot harder for damage control crews to get a hold of a fire inside versus up on the flight deck.
Yeah.
So that is the doctrine, is that we don't want to create a tinderbox. Actually, during World War II, famous during the Battle of Midway, the aircraft carrier Akagi was changing weapons and refueling aircraft in the hangar bay. But then when an American bomb during the Battle of Midway struck Akagi, and exploded inside the hangar bay, it was basically a giant tinderbox, and they imploded from the inside.
Oh, wow.
One bomb.
Woo.
But speaking of bombs, let's take a look here. What is this, Miss Mozumi?
A missile!
It's a missile, but it's a special kind of missile.
Anti-submarine?
Guess what kind of missile it is? It's not an anti-submarine missile.
Anti-aircraft?
It's not an anti-aircraft missile, but
Other
it can
boat?
destroy both things.
A torpedo?
It's not a torpedo.
Oh my god.
I'll give you a hint. It makes a very, very big boom.
A nuke?
It's a nuclear weapon.
That's a nuclear weapon! Oh! That's wicked!
Now, during the Cold War, it was theorized that multiple Essex class aircraft carriers at the time had nuclear weapons. It was neither confirmed nor denied. But what you are seeing here is an example of the ordnance that was held aboard the USS Hornet and many other aircraft carriers.
Oh. And it's decommissioned, right?
Well, I don't know. We're only going to find out if I touch it.
Shake it! Kick it!
Yeah.
Oh! You felt something. Give you a little zap.
Touch. Okay, anyway.
If it exploded, that would have been the best stream moment ever.
If it exploded and then you wherever you're at, you see a giant flare in the sky. Yep, that's how you know. That's Miss Mozumi for you. She likes to hit the boom. That's what she
5 big booms for California. Boom.
Hey, Cat, 5 big booms for the nuclear weapon. Ready? 1, boom, 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 boom.
That would be awesome.
But that's one of the parts that are in our collection. We have multiple different types of bombs, aircraft, and other artifacts that are here aboard the ship. And it's very interesting to see that. Now, we're on the aircraft carrier. So what do aircraft carriers do? Carry
air.
They do carry air, yes, but what else do they carry? Air.
Craft.
No, they carry Air Bud. We got like a million golden retrievers here. Don't you like Air Bud? The dog.
I actually did like the Air Buds movie, but it's a little sad knowing how it was made.
I know. I have a little doggy like Air Bud.
All right, what did it carry?
Well, we carry aircraft. Now, we're going to go through kind of the history of aircraft, but we're going to go through Hornet's collection. What you see right here is the F-2 Wildcat. Now, the F-2 Wildcat was one of the early naval fighters of World War II. But this is a training variant that was used to train pilots before they would go out to sea. Now, how do you train pilots to land on aircraft carrier? Now, forgive me for any of the Air Force people that may be in the chat, don't know. But it is extremely hard to land on a moving platform that is a lot shorter than a runway.
Yes.
Because imagine you're at sea and the deck is like this and an aircraft has to land on that. Not easy. So how did pilots train during World War II? Well, they had to train carrier landings before they went out to the Pacific because we didn't have as many safety features as we did. So they had to be ready. So there were different training aircraft carriers that were made, and they were really made from commercial vessels. For example, USS Wolverine was an example of a Wolverine. There you go. Hey, I'm the very best at what I do.
Is that your claw?
But I'm a Wolverine main in Marvel Rivals.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's too zoomer for me.
Hey, what do you mean it's zoomer? I'm Hugh Jackman Wolverine. I like the...
Okay, you're Hugh Jackman. Okay, fine.
I like the hair. I like the hair gel.
Yeah, the mutton chops. Let's go.
There you go. Okay. Mr. Zoom. Hey, dap me up. Mr. Zoom. Dap me up.
Yep.
But man, you're a riot.
What do you mean?
But you're probably wondering though, what happened to this aircraft? Well, it was phased out and favored the F-6F Hellcat, which was a bigger, stronger, and faster aircraft. Matter of fact, many pilots enjoyed the F-6F Hellcat more than the Wildcat, especially as you went up against the Japanese Zeros, which were more maneuverable, but weren't as well armed. But here's the interesting part. So this was a training variant. Guess where we found this? So this aircraft was mutilated when we got it years and years and years ago. And thanks to our volunteer corps, because believe it or not, our volunteers that come aboard the ship are responsible for restoring aircraft. We get no government help, no government funding. It's by our volunteers and support from our donors and attendees at the museum. But you see how pristine she is? Well, she didn't always look that way. We actually found this aircraft. This aircraft was found at the bottom of Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. Now, how did that happen?
So what happened is the pilot had ejected, probably because of some sort of error, especially since it is training, had ejected, and this aircraft sunk into the bottom of Lake Michigan. They found it, I believe, in 2006. I'm trying to remember when it was brought aboard the ship, but it was a long project. But it is something the USS Hornet is very proud of, because our volunteers did go through amazing efforts to be able to restore this aircraft, finding old parts, vintage, and now here she is today.
Oh my, very nice. I love me some restored machinery.
We do like restored machinery. Speaking of restored machinery,
all right,
let's go over and look over here.
Okay. Wow. Hello. How are you?
This is Miss June. Everybody say hi, Miss June.
Hi, June. Hi. I think she winked at me.
Miss June is one of our oldest aircraft. She's big. She's beautiful.
Oh, experienced.
She's kind of a hag VTuber. I'm not gonna lie. We're planning debut right now. You're seeing her pre-debut right now. Just letting you know. Don't tell her I said that.
Let's go.
Hey, we love hags, right? Have a great summer.
Have a great summer. Woo!
It's
February.
It is. Hey, summer's coming. Summer's coming.
It sure is.
It's coming. It's coming. So, it's a TBM Avenger torpedo bomber. Now, what is a torpedo bomber?
A torpedo bomber. It drops the torpedoes into the water.
Absolutely right, Miss Mozumi.
Yes.
So, this massive machine was one of the toughest and the most armed aircraft that were made to be maneuverable for the United States Navy during World War II. Now, over here, Mr. Cameraman, come over here. This is an example of the warhead that would be used for the TBM torpedo bomber. Notice these massive bays. I can stick my head up in here.
Hey, she's had a long life, all right?
Hey, whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What?
She's not worn out. Anyway. we love this game.
Yes, she does it like the best though, all right?
This is supposed to be educational, and look what you're making.
It is educational. It is. We just saw.
In your own way, it is. Sure. But Miss June, so TM and torpedo, the torpedo that was here was probably one of the most effective of the war. But torpedoes in American armament were not effective at the beginning part of the war. I believe the Mark 14 torpedo was the first torpedo that the Americans were using. That had a pretty high failure rate. Like, there were some instances where they would launch torpedoes at aircraft. The aircraft would drop torpedoes and they would launch them into the side of battleships and they wouldn't even go off. Same thing with submarines.
Like a little blank.
Exactly. But you're probably wondering, why is it so big? Why is it so heavy? Why is it so demure?
Demure.
But why is it heavily armored? That's because torpedo bombers have to fly low and slow to the water to be able to drop their payload. So if you're flying, this is the water. Torpedo bombers have to fly very close to the water towards a battleship, right? And they have to take a certain angle of attack. Now, they have to be able to resist anti-aircraft fire as it comes in, but they also have to be able to drop their payload. They can have to be at a certain speed to be able to drop the torpedo. At a certain speed, the torpedo will drop in the water and arm. Go too fast, could preemptively explode. You go too slow, you're going to be shredded by the anti-aircraft fire. So if torpedo bomber pilots trained to be very precise.
Yes.
So, but you're also wondering, and you may ask, why are the wings folded? You know why the wings are folded, Miss Mozumi?
Storage.
Exactly. Navy doctrine dictates that all aircraft that are for carrier-based need to have folded wings, and this started in World War II, obviously, because look how big these wings are. For reference, guys, I'm 6'5".
Wow! Oh my god!
Big aircraft. And if you come to Carrier Con, you guys get to see Miss June in person.
Yeah, go to Carrier Con. You get to see the pre-debut hags and you get an early in.
Don't call her a hag at Carrier Con, okay? Okay.
Oh, just in this stream we're allowed.
just in this one stream. It's not like I've done it before.
She likes us, okay? So she lets us do it now.
See, wow, Miss June, okay, she's talking to me right now. Okay, you let them call you that, but not me. I love you, Miss June. Wow, I guess it's one way.
That was cold. She gave you a cold stare.
I know, right?
Ooh, hello. This got a big mouth. He's going,
big mouth. This is Foghorn Leghorn, big mouth. Boy, I say, boy, I'm over here and I'm over here flying these aircraft.
Now, what's the big mouth for?
Sucking in air.
Oh!
So I guess you could say it's a mouth breather.
That's awesome. We got a mouth breather aircraft.
Here, we'll take a look. We'll take a look inside. So you're probably wondering how jet aircraft work, and what's really cool is we actually have a jet engine that's out, so I can go into this a little bit more.
Ooh.
But this actually leads to the intake. This is the jet intake, and this is sucking in air. But when this aircraft is about to take off, you obviously have the danger. It's the jet intake. You know why? Because it's sucking in air. So if I'm just dilly-dallying around, I'm hanging out here, and I take a look inside, you know what's going to happen? It's going to suck me in.
Yeah.
That's how powerful it is.
Like geese on a commercial liner.
Exactly. Better yet, Miss Mozumi.
Yeah?
Have you seen that movie, The Incredibles?
Yes. No, never wear capes. No capes.
No capes, darling. I don't wear capes. You don't wear the capes there, darling. We don't like that, darling. We don't like that.
Someone in my chat said it's a soy jack.
It's a what?
Do you know what a soy jack is, Gabe?
What is that?
A soy don't worry about it. What's this about?
Hold on. Yeah, hold on there, Miss Mozumi. This is a bi-educational thing. So, you know,
all right, okay. I'm gonna teach you what a soy jack is. Okay, so a soy jack is a little cartoon guy. And he opens his mouth really wide when he gets excited, and he's like, "Oh!" And it's considered. Guys, help me out here.
Wait, a soy jack. Wait, is this like the soy boy meme when he's like?
Yes. That's the soy jack. Yes.
I thought that was just Redditors. Anyways.
I mean, yeah. Yes, that's correct.
I thought that was just a Redditor meme.
Yeah. Basically. Can this plane point as well?
That's the point right there. See?
Okay, all right. So it's 2-in-1 pointing and pogging. I see.
2-in-1.
Wait, the person next to is pointing.
Huh?
Isn't there a little guy? Wait, is there a guy in yellow right there?
Oh yeah, this is the shooter.
He's pointing.
So when an aircraft is taking off, oh man, the brain rot is strong with this one. But when an aircraft is taking off, there's a guy in a yellow shirt called the shooter, and when he signals to the catapult people to be able to launch an aircraft, and we'll talk about catapults in a minute, he does this cool little pose right here.
Okay, he's doing a cool pose. So the plane is soy jacking, and they're pointing at the hag plane across from them. I can understand it.
That is the first time I've ever heard that explanation, but you know what? That's an excellent explanation.
Hey man, I'm here to bring the new generation's perspective.
You know, Miss Mozumi, I thought Miss Alpha Beta was bad, but you might.
Oh, I'm awful. Oh, I'm terrible. Don't worry about it.
I mean, she's got that alpha energy, but you got that sigma energy.
Sigma! Ooh, that's true. That's true. I won't deny it.
But what do we have over here? Well, we took a look at the jet intake over here, but here's an example of the jet engine taken out.
This looks familiar.
So let's take a look at this here. This is part of our new exhibit, And thanks to our supporters and whatnot, we have been able to acquire this into our collection. But this gives you an example of how it works. Now, what's cool is as this moves, this helps to suck in air.
Yes.
And it causes combustion.
Okay.
That shoots out thrust.
All right.
You ever heard like the You ever heard the afterburners and all that? Like you've seen the movies? Well, this shoots out thrust into the other end of the aircraft to be able to push it forward.
Is this the thing that leaves the little chemtrails when planes are flying in the air?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand. It's their hookah pipe.
Oh my god. Planes are not smoking.
All right, it's a jewel.
Hey, listen, kids. Don't smoke.
They don't smoke.
Don't smoke, kids.
No, don't smoke, guys. Don't do it. Don't get popcorn lung. All right.
You know, if you're gonna smoke anything, smoke some ribs. Have a barbecue.
Yeah, the old American way. All right. If you get popcorn lung,
good old American way.
If you get popcorn lung, you can't go at high altitudes. You won't be able to breathe the air, the atmosphere there.
Here is an ejection seat. Well, this is actually the seat that you would see in the F-8 Crusader, but this is an example of the ejector seat. So pilots, if they're in the air and they have to go ahead and eject out of the aircraft, which ideally you want to try to save the aircraft, they're rather expensive. You know, nowadays, a couple $1 billion a piece. You pull both, you press a button. I believe you pull this lever, shoots the canopy off, because if you pull this and you shoot off, you're going to break your neck if you hit the canopy. You actually saw something like that in Top Gun in the original movie with Goose when he died. So when you shoot the canopy off, it's up there, you pull these, launches you forward, goes up in the air, parachute down, await rescue.
Have you ever been ejected?
I have never been ejected. I've been rejected, though.
Okay. Well. So, there's no... did they do any... Have you had to jump out of a plane? Like, do any training like that?
Me?
Yes.
No, I had not. I cannot say I have. I believe that why would you leave a perfectly good boat?
I understand. You like onto the sea.
Sorry, I'm too boring.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, something about me is I'm not in the Navy yet, but I actually aspire to go to OCS. I've actually finished my master's degree, and I actually want to go to OCS for the Navy, and I want to be a surface warfare officer. They're actually the guys who drive the ship, but also maneuver the ship. So that's actually my aspiration.
You want to be the
captain?
I'm not a
Navy. I'm too tall to be an aviator. I told my mom when I was young, I wanted to be a pilot, want to be a fighter pilot. She told me, son, you're 6 foot. You're already 6 foot, and you're 12 years old. Don't think that's in the cards.
Oh my god. You'll be crunched in there like a clown car.
Exactly. Just like here, like this. Back up.
Might be a little difficult. Oh, with the cap backwards.
Exactly, like that.
Oh my god.
But this is the F-8 Crusader. Now, the F-8 Crusader is an interesting aircraft for two things. Number one is it did not have any guided missiles. It was known as the last gunfighter.
All right.
So what I mean by last gunfighter, because it relied solely on its guns. It was the last true dogfighter in that it was gun to gun, not missile to missile. Because in World War II, it was gun to gun. They went back with this concept because they made this extremely maneuverable. It was made to be an interceptor to intercept aircraft. Very fast, very maneuverable. The second aspect of this aircraft that makes it interesting is that the F-8 Crusader can change its angle of incidence. What is angle of incidence? Well, you notice this little crevice right here?
Yes.
Here at the top? And how it kind of extends down here?
Yeah.
Well, that's because this part of the aircraft can detach from the fuselage. The fuselage is the main body of the aircraft. This can actually detach.
Okay.
And I'll explain why.
All right.
So let's say my phone right here is the aircraft.
Okay.
Let's say my hand right here is the wings, right?
Okay.
So normally when it's in the air, the wings are going normal.
Okay.
One thing we want to do when we land aircraft is be very efficient, very safe, because we want the pilots to come home. But when pilots would land, they typically have to try to land while getting their tail hook up, and they want to try to land like this. Sometimes with the whatever design of aircraft, you would dip your nose up and you wouldn't be able to see as clearly.
Okay.
One concept that came up with to keep the F-8 Crusader, because it's so long, to keep it stable so it wasn't doing this, was have the wings do it. So what they're able to do is detach the wings from the fuselage, well, on like a hinge, and rather than do this, they were able to keep the body straight, nice and stable coming in, while moving the wings up, changing the angle of incidence and increasing the drag, so that way it was a nice stable landing.
Like a mini parachute.
Exactly. F-8 Crusaders had a higher rates of successful landings and did not commonly have the issues of losing their tail hook or having bad landings. Matter of fact, we have a lot of F-8 Crusader pilots here aboard the Hornet, a lot of docents from the 1960s and 70s.
Ah, I see. Very nice.
Are there any questions, though? I've gone through a lot of aircraft right now, so I'll take a little break to answer any questions people have.
Not really. I mean, here's a question. So out of the machine, all right? So there's people that have certain machines that they're big fans of. Cars, planes, trains, boats. Is yours boats 100% of the way?
No, actually, Miss Mozumi. So I like a lot of machinery, but I would say I'm a very big car guy. I'm actually a big F1. I'm a big F1 fan. So I enjoy F1 racing very much.
F1 racing. I think I have some people in chat that also big car heads. I'm a train head. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna be seeing any trains today.
I do like trains too a lot. I actually used to go to the Sacramento Train Museum, which is a big historical museum. Talks about the Transcontinental Railroad. Used to go there all the time with my grandfather when I was a little kid, and we actually have a ton of model trains at my grandfather's place from when I was a kid. So I'm a very big train guy as well.
My chat's saying, ask him what he thinks of the RX-8.
The RX-8. Jog my memory, chat.
Chat, what is that? Chat. I think there's a little bit of a delay.
Is it the newest drone, I believe? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Oh, car. Sorry.
Car,
sorry.
yeah, it's
what do I think of the RX-8? Not a very big fan of Mazdas. Sorry.
Uh-oh, they're not gonna like that. I think 5 of my people in my chat all have like the same car. They all drive a Mazda.
I'm a very big Honda guy. You have to
Honda guy. All right, guys, she's a Honda guy. Let that inform you.
Let's look at it this way. When Red Bull Racing became dominant, it's when they switched over to Honda power. So let's think about that.
Oh, okay.
Any questions? Oh, the Skyhawk's not here, so I can't show you the Skyhawk. Gosh dang it.
That's all right. I wish other museums also were doing virtual tours like this, because I feel like this is such an awesome opportunity.
Well, I've talked to some of my compatriots at the Iowa. We're trying to get a tour set up for Miss Chikufuji Lisa. But we're trying to help spread more awareness and opportunities.
Yes, bring them into the modern age. I want to be able to see some of these museums without having to pay hundreds of dollars to fly out.
Well, Miss Mozumi, I'm going to tell you this right now. It was very interesting. Is when we had Off Season Live, which was the concert that Miss Kira was in. We introduced Miss Maid Mint, and I believe Miss Lisa was with her on that tour. We were doing a little abbreviated tour, and I introduced them both to 2 of our docents. These guys are legends. They're naval aviators, 400 combat missions in Vietnam. Mr. Alan Carvey was one of them. And Mr. Cartwright introduced himself, talked about what he did in the Navy, gave a little bit of his experience. But he did ask them one question, and because it was reversed and they could see their models on the iPad. And they asked, "Are you guys AI?"
That's awesome. Well, I love that question. Every time they think we're AI.
So I think it is a process to explain that you guys are real people behind your characters for them to start understanding. But hey, what we're doing here aboard the Hornet, matter of fact, the docents here, they love the idea of Vtuber. They love you guys. They've been seeing some of these tours. They loving what we're doing here. So hopefully we'll be expanding that. But here are some of the missiles that you would typically see on some of the aircraft you would see here.
Oh, they look like cigarettes.
What is up with you and smoking?
What?
Talking about okay. Now these look like cigarettes.
I don't smoke. All right, I don't smoke. But cigarettes are iconic. I'm just saying. What? What? I don't smoke. My breath doesn't smell like smoking breath.
That wasn't smoking breath, but you had somebody.
I had espresso. It's probably fine.
Taco Bell or something? Woo!
No! Oh, Jesus Christ. I do have 6 cavities.
Oh, sweet Lord. You poor soul. But here's an example of a practice bomb that would be used.
Okay.
So one thing is when pilots are getting ready to go out and they're preparing to go to war to execute missions, they use practice bombs because you don't want to waste good ordnance because bombs and ordnance are expensive to make.
Yes.
So you use practice bombs. They were typically filled with sand to be able to simulate the weight and the reactions that a bomb would have in the air.
Yes.
So that's some of the examples. Now, where we are right now is we just moved an aircraft because we're actually about to put a new aircraft here soon.
Okay.
But we just moved an aircraft up to the flight deck. It was actually our A4 Skyhawk, one of my favorite aircraft, and maybe we might be able to catch it on the flight deck. Not sure, but we'll see if we get there. But the A4 Skyhawk, if you don't know that aircraft, search it up. It is a really cool aircraft.
Oh, okay.
Now, the Hornet had a history as an attack aircraft carrier, but in the later part of her career, mainly in Vietnam, he was converted into an anti-submarine warfare aircraft carrier. Now, anti-submarine warfare. This aircraft carrier was responsible for detecting, locating, and destroying submarines. And one of the aircraft they used to do it was the S-2 Tracker.
Ooh.
So we get nice look at this aircraft. Now, the S-2 Tracker could do multiple things. To locate submarines, it would go out in a certain vicinity that they would detect the submarine, and in its general vicinity, and drop sonar buoys in the water. These are special buoys that they would put in the water, and they would ping off sonar pings underwater to be able to track the submarine and track it down. Basically, putting a bunch of sonar buoys in a vicinity of water, all pinging off each other so you can locate precisely where that submarine is.
Exactly.
Another thing it was able to do was drop depth charge. So let's say they found a submarine. They could drop a depth charge. Now, what is a depth charge, Miss Mozumi?
What is a depth charge?
What is a depth charge?
What is a depth charge? Depth charge.
Well, depth.
Is it sonar?
No, it's not a sonar. It's a weapon.
It's a weapon. A bomb. A depth charge.
It is a bomb. Is it a bomb? But what's so special about a depth charge bomb?
Does it? It's a weapon, so it does damage. Because
Think about it. Think about it, Miss Mozumi. When you're in the pool and you're swimming, right? What happens when you go to the deep end? What increases?
Pressure.
Well, yes, pressure, but what happens to the floor? So is it shallow or there's more depth?
So it's a bomb that goes really low so that it can blow up the submarines.
Exactly, Ms.
Yes.
Mozumi. So what a depth charge is that they set it to a certain depth. And as the pressure increases, because it's a good thing you mentioned that, as the pressure increases, it calculates its depth, it explodes at a certain pressure. So they can detect where the submarine is with the sonar, how deep it is, they drop the depth charge, and boom. Now here's the question. Do you think the depth charge has to directly hit the submarine?
No.
No. You know your stuff, Miss Mozumi. So, no, it does not have to actually directly hit the submarine. Have you ever taken a bottle or a Coke can and taken it underwater?
And it crunches?
And it crunches, exactly. It crunches up. It crunches up into a little teeny tiny thing, right? And as you go deeper into water, and this is why submarines have to be pressurized. Now, I'm not going to talk about a certain submarine that wasn't pressurized in a certain incident that happened a while ago. But we don't really like using Logitech here aboard the Hornet. Anyways,
you don't use little game controllers.
No, we actually use GameCube controllers.
Wicked! Patrician!
But if a submarine's underwater, it has to be pressurized. It has to be able to count because as you're deeper underwater, water is pressing in, the weight is stronger. So if a depth charge knocks the submarine off of its pressure, what do you think happens?
It implodes.
It implodes, exactly. So it's an effective method, but they don't have to directly hit it. They have to create an air pocket that's gonna make a dent.
Yeah. So, is it the shrapnel? As long as it kind of like punctures it, it'll go through. Or is it?
Shrapnel can help, but if you throw off the pressure of a submarine and it starts to crumple up, it's in a pressurized container. It's gonna happen.
Okay. I see.
It's not good. Trust me.
Not fun.
Especially when it takes damage. But the S2 tracker could do all of that, and that was a very common aircraft that was here aboard the Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions?
No, I think that's pretty comprehensive. What about chat? What do you think, chat? So, the depth charge, is that the one that... there's like a... weren't there bombs that they were underwater? They had all the spikes on them? What are those called?
The spike, those are mines.
Mines, okay, those are mines. Yeah. I understand.
And those would be typically set by destroyers or other craft that were trying to blockade certain areas. And that's why the Navy actually had a lot of minesweepers, especially during the latter half of the Pacific War, while they were cleaning up the waters in the Indochina Sea, as well as in the South China Sea. They were trying to clean up all the Japanese mines.
Ah, I see. Oh, they asked, what's the rarest aircraft they have on board?
The rarest aircraft we have on board, that would be the TBM torpedo bomber. There aren't too many TBMs. Matter of fact, the one we have actually, is while it's restored, we actually don't have the bomb bay doors. So you may notice how hollow it was. That's not by choice. So the TBM is one of the rarest aircraft that we have. We're one of the few museums that have one in the condition that it is.
Oh, very nice.
So that's actually really cool. Now, will we have a new aircraft here soon that's pretty rare? We might. So stay tuned. I haven't talked about this one yet because I wanted to do some reading up on it, because this is actually a new exhibit that we have. This is look at this. What do you think this is? Don't look at it. 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 What do you think this is, Miss Mozumi? Looks like a long blade, right?
Long blade, yes. What do I think it is? Could it have something to do with speed?
What could be the reason, huh?
What? I'm illiterate.
You're illiterate, right?
Yes. That's why I'm a streamer.
Okay. That's why you're able to read your Twitch chat. Or you're able to read your YouTube chat.
No, they use emojis. It's emoji only mode.
Oh, wow. So it's like hieroglyphics, huh?
Yeah.
That's literacy. It's hieroglyphics.
No, it's not. No. All right.
This is the pit sword. The pit sword is actually a device that's lowered in the water as the ship is moving through the water to be able to tell the ocean currents and be able to help the navigation team tell where we are. Because there are certain currents throughout the world that have certain speeds and pressures and certain characteristics. So if they're lost, this actually helps give the navigation team, and navigators in the U.S. Navy are known as quartermasters. Miss Tomoe, yeah, since you are Army, you know that quartermasters are usually people who requisition. But quartermasters in the Navy are navigation specialists. And this is one of the many tools that they use to be able to locate themselves. So
I see.
This helps to tell the ship's speed, but it also helps to tell the drift of the ship as well. So that way we're getting more information.
I see. A little water blade.
I did want to talk about this though, because what's really interesting, Miss Mozumi, you come in over here, Mr. Cameraman, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit more, is that this is one of the swords that are actually in our collection here aboard the USS Hornet. So the Hornet has over 200 artifacts in cold storage. And this is an example of a naval officer's sword. But this wasn't used for sword fighting or anything. This was a formal sword. However, it is based off of a traditional cutlass that was used in the United States Armed Forces at the time. And a Navy cutlass actually looks a lot different. It looks like a pirate sword a little bit. And we don't have a Navy cutlass, but I did want to talk about it a little bit more. If you're interested in learning about some of the swords we have here, matter of fact, we actually have a few Japanese swords that we found aboard the ship.
Oh my god!
If you're interested in learning about that, you can check out our YouTube channel. We actually have a really cool video that's about our sword collection. So stay tuned for that. Now over here is an example of one of the earliest jet aircraft that came on carrier. So we showed you Miss June and we showed you the Wildcat. Now the thing is, those aircraft were phased out. Propeller planes were out of style. They weren't cool anymore. Aircraft got bigger. They got heavier. They got more powerful. They got faster. But with that, there were two things that had to happen. Number one, aircraft carriers had to get catapults to be able to launch them properly. And the second part is that you've reduced your storage capacity. So as we gained, so thus over 100 aircraft that we could store here in the Hornet got diminished, but we had more powerful aircraft. And so this is the FJ2 Fury. This is one of the early post-World War II jet aircraft that were used by the Navy. It was carrier based. Looks like a MiG from the same era at the time, but trust me, it's not. This aircraft entered service in 1948 and was very prominent in the 1950s. Who can guess which war that this aircraft was commonly fought in? So this is during the 1950s. So if you know your history, you know what war we were fighting during the 50s.
Korean?
It was the Korean War.
Yay!
This is actually one of the workhorses of the Korean War until it was phased out by the Panther jet. We actually have a Korean War veteran here aboard the ship, Mr. Dale. Dale was a naval aviator during the Korean War, and he talks about how flying this aircraft, the pilots liked it, but when they got the Panther jet, which was a little lower and easier to land, it was more popular.
Yeah. Yeah,
but the cool part about this aircraft... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, my grandpa, he is a veteran of the Korean War.
Oh, very nice. What did your grandpa do?
That is a good question. he was very old, so he wasn't able to talk much.
It's all good, Miss Mozumi. Well, thank you to your grandpa for his service to our country.
Yes.
So, but here's the cool part. This was Navy, but then it got phased out. So you know what happened? They had a bunch of them laying around. So guess who they gave them to?
Oh?
The Marines.
No way.
The Navy, whatever the Navy doesn't want, they give to the Marines. So basically, you know, Toy Story 2, when Andy's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. well, guess what? That's what the Navy does to the Marine Corps.
Wow.
They don't get the first thing off the line. Well, nowadays probably it's different. Exactly. That was that common thing they were doing at the time. But we love the Marines. The Marines are rough and tough, and they are a big reason why we won the Pacific War. Probably the reason why we won the Pacific War. Now, I'm going to introduce you guys to a little movie star over here.
Oh.
This is the Sikorsky SH-3H Sea King. The Sikorsky is famous because it was a very common rescue aircraft. So when a pilot ejects out of the water, and they're in the water and they're waiting and they got a life raft, the carrier's got to send a helicopter out to go get them. Helicopter technology got very prominent after World War II.
Right.
This aircraft was used by many fire departments, and I believe it's still used in some capacities for fire and rescue. But this was mainly used by the Navy to recover pilots. But it was also is most notable because, and come in here, cameraman, this aircraft is famous because it had recovered the Apollo astronauts when they splashed down in the water. Look at how many Apollo missions this aircraft is responsible for.
Wow, that's cool. Oh my god.
Most notably, Apollo 11. What do you know about Miss Apollo 11, Miss Mozumi?
I don't want to make any guesses. I feel like I'm gonna come off as stupid.
Take a guess. Take a guess. What's the worst that could happen?
Apollo 11, the moon.
It was the moon.
The
there
moon.
You go.
Okay.
See?
I was like, oh, am I gonna seem really stupid?
Brain.
Okay, good.
I don't know what you see. You're killing it, man. Yeah, man, you're killing it.
Yippee!
But the Sikorsky was this aircraft specifically, this one specifically, was actually used in the movie Apollo 13 to simulate the recovery of Tom Hanks and his crew that were, well, Tom Hanks, the actor, of course, but it was used in the movie. So this is actually a really cool part of our collection.
So it's both a movie star and an actual star, like a practical star.
Exactly.
Oh my god, she's done it all.
But if we're talking about famous things, the Hornet has a long history during World War II. It is famous for being one of the most decorated aircraft carriers of World War II. But she's also famous for the Apollo 11 and 12 missions.
Okay.
For example, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, and Neil Armstrong himself. When they first came back to Earth, this was one of the first surfaces they actually stepped foot on after being in space and stepping on the moon. What you see right here is actually the command module. So, this is an example of the command module that the astronauts were in. Can you imagine being in there for several weeks at a time?
It's bigger than my my battle station I'm at now.
Wow, you got a small streaming setup, huh? That's not very.
It's okay. I sit with my knees to my chest. It's all right.
Just like in a little what are the Japanese hotels?
No, like how did they go to the bathroom in there?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. They don't.
They go in their suits?
Well, yeah, you go in your suit. You're wearing a diaper the whole time.
Oh, your space diaper. Okay, I understand.
Exactly. Well, here is an example of this. So when the Sikorsky landed, it was right over here. And when they got off, these were the footsteps that they took as they walked straight into quarantine. Because you know why?
Space disease.
Space cooties.
Yeah.
We did not know what pathogens or potential sickness were in space. So we had to be absolutely sure. So about for 2 weeks or so, they had to have quarantine the astronauts in there.
We need to put some VTubers in there.
We could put some VTubers in there. Matter of fact, let's take all of V-Dere, let's put you guys in there for a week, and let's see what happens.
Hold up. It's just me, don't worry. Just me, not the other ones.
Well, we'll spare the other ones, right?
I'll take one for the team.
Exactly. Okay, so we're actually going to go below deck. I'm going to show you some places below deck here. Cameraman, what is our power percentage? 48? Okay, we're good. Are there any questions as we're walking down here?
How many questions? So they were inside that little quarantine capsule for how long?
2 weeks, I believe, or 20. Sorry, it was that 2 weeks, 21 days. I believe it was a full 21-day period, but you know, an estimate minimum it had to be 2 weeks.
You gotta have insane patience to be an astronaut.
I would assume so. So. You didn't have TV. Well, I assume they had a TV and food and all that stuff in there for them. But to be in that small little mobile home for that long, oof.
And my pappy did it, no problem.
They didn't have any VTubers to watch the whole time. Come on, if we had VTubers to watch, we 21 days. Come on, that's easy.
You put me in a box and you made me watch VTubers nonstop for 21 days. I think that would be a war crime. Like, have you heard the creepypasta of a Russian sleep experiment? It would be like that, I think.
I haven't heard that copypasta. I haven't heard that one.
It's yeah. It would not be too bueno.
No, it wouldn't be too bueno. But Miss Mozumi, I do have a question for you.
Okay, what's the question?
Did you know that in terms of human anatomy, a Vaporeon and a human share the?
Why Vaporeon, though? I mean, there's so many better... They just made the full-size Gardevoir. Did you see that? That's like... They know. Come on.
Why are you bringing that up, Brandon? Oh, my God.
Why am I bringing up what you just brought it up?
Chat, I have a question for you. Is Miss Mozumi, is she a furry?
I'm not a furry. I'm not. Shut up, guys. Shut up. They claim it because of the ears, but I was just born this way.
You were born this way, but it's what you embrace. Everybody has choices. Choices have consequences, Miss Mozumi. Choices have consequences.
I don't want to hear a single thing from the military about sexual deviancy.
Oh my! Wow! You know what? Just for that, we're not going below. We're going to a flight deck. I don't want to be below decks with you. I fear for my life.
I didn't do nothing. I've done nothing.
Are there any other questions?
I see the big no smoking sign. Or is that why you're bringing me in here?
What? Yeah, no smoking. We got no cigs, no cigars, no vapes, nothing. Sorry to disappoint.
But the vape is green apple scent.
However, there was a saying that in the 60s and 70s, also in the 40s, that the Navy ran on two things. Navy ran on coffee and cigarettes. So there you go.
As all good men should. I mean, I think that's basically Europe right now in general.
So, Miss Mozumi, I'm going to show you.
All right.
Hold up. I'm going to show you the most important part of the tour.
The most. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You locked in?
I am locked in. Yep.
Okay. You grip the everyone at home. Grip the side of your seats. Okay. This is so important.
Okay. Ooh, an escalator.
You have an escalator.
You have an escalator?
Escalator.
Do you do this every tour?
Every tour, Miss Nozomi. Every tour.
Oh my
god. We love the escalator. And yes, this was put in 1950.
Wow. Another hag.
A hag. I did not think of that. Hag escalator.
Hag escalator. We're innovators here.
I'm not gonna lie, that would probably make a great VTuber concept.
What would an escalator VTuber look like?
Exactly. Oh, perfect.
Oh.
The A4 is up here. We can take a look at the A4. Well, guys, welcome to the flight deck. Camera, you can pan around.
Oh. How's the weather today?
Absolutely beautiful. Wow, way to capture me while I'm trying to fix my shoe. Coming on. Wow.
It's okay, I blocked you.
Embarrassing. I didn't use the bunny rabbits.
The bunny bunny rabbit laces. Oh.
But anyways, remember those tie downs I talked about?
Yeah.
Here's an example.
Oh.
They would take chains and tie down aircraft on top, so that's why they're stored up here. There's a lot of them around here. We advise people not to run because they could fall and trip.
Oh, I see.
So we talked a little bit about the aircraft. Now, probably one of the biggest things you're going to ask is, how do aircraft land and take off? Well, I'm going to get a tool here that's going to show you.
All right, all right.
Ah, perfect. They got them here. So.
Oh my god, I thought those were minions.
Huh?
I thought you just pulled out like minion figurines.
The minions?
Like,
Wait,
I thought that was because the bit rate's so low. I was like, oh, you guys use those?
So what? So come on, this one.
Okay.
So when aircraft are taken off, they have to have a method of being launched. They have to have a method of being held in place.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how aircraft are held in place. And this is perfect because we have the A4 here.
Okay. Very beautiful colors on that one.
The A4 Skyhawk, and this is one of my favorite aircraft, is one of the workhorses of the Vietnam War. And the good part is we actually have a setup to show how an A4 is launched. But this can apply to most aircraft.
Oh.
What this cable is the holdback cable. The holdback cable is connected to, and Mr. Cameraman, come here. It's connected to a torsion bar.
Oh.
This is a torsion bar. Okay. Do not make any jokes, okay? This has already happened like 3 times.
I said nothing. I didn't say anything.
Miss Nozomi.
Please tell me about this beautiful aircraft.
Let's talk about the aircraft and chat. Behave yourself. Anyways, so the torsion bar here is a specialized steel bar that connects to this cable.
Okay.
This is punched into the bottom of the carrier, and it helps to hold the aircraft in place. Now, what do you think happens when they roll the aircraft up and it's getting ready to launch? Do you think they have no power? They have full power? Did they rely on the catapult to just shoot it? What happens?
What do I think when they roll it up? You mean like roll it go?
When the aircraft's in place right here, what do you think the aircraft's doing? Is it giving full power or no power?
Full power.
Full power, exactly. Yeah. Because it needs to be ready to get launched. So this bar is holding this aircraft in place. With all that thrust.
Oh my god.
Because it's specially designed. This type of torsion bar is specifically made for the A4 Skyhawk. It's no bigger than a barbell. It's about 1 to 2 pounds. And there are other types of torsion bars, different shapes and sizes for different aircraft. Here's an example. So, torsion bar. It's a steel bar, and it's specifically made for this aircraft. It can hold back this aircraft's weight and its thrust.
Okay.
This aircraft's.
Okay.
But when they shoot it,
Oh!
breaks in half.
I see.
It's a steel bar. It breaks in half. It's a disposable. So when you're done, throw it over the side.
Oh.
But every different aircraft of this era has a different type of torsion bar. That's how they historically launched it. Now, something cool that this aircraft has is also a tail hook.
A tail hook?
What do you think a tail hook does?
A tail hook? What
We
is a tail hook?
talked about fishing earlier.
Oh, does it drag something in the water?
It does drag something, but it catches something.
Catches something. Mines?
Catches an arresting gear cable. So when an aircraft is launching, when an aircraft is coming in for a landing, they have multiple cables that run across the flight deck. We'll take a look at it a little later because there's an example over there. But they run multiple cables across the flight deck. About 5. When aircraft are coming in for a landing, carrier-based ones, they have to drop a tail hook. So as they're coming in, they have to try to catch one of those cables. Pilots are graded like they are in school on their landings.
Okay.
If they catch the number 3 or number 4, that's a good landing. They catch number 5, a little soon. Catch the number 1, oh man, you're really pushing it. So ideally, you want to get nice right in the middle. So this is example. The cables that are run across the arresting gear cables, catch this hook. And the thing is, these cables, there's a middle portion of that cable that it catches, that are connected to 2 longer cables that are stronger. They're connected to 2 hydraulics that are a little below deck. These hydraulics help to pull and create tension and to help to adjust the aircraft. Because what do you think happens when they catch the aircraft? So they catch it, it's on the deck. What do you think happens?
It helps slow the aircraft down as it lands.
Right. But what do you think the pilots do? Full power or no power?
Like, are they going full power ahead or do they slow down?
They're going full power, Miss Nozomi,
Okay.
because they have to adjust for the aircraft. So these cables catch, and then they let them go, and then they readjust using the hydraulics. They use the hydraulics, they readjust the cable, and they help to stop the aircraft. It's physics. An object in motion wants to stay in motion. So what you need to do is take the force out of it. You take it and adjust, like a rubber band. You know, when you take a rubber band and you expand it, right? What does it want to do?
It wants to snap.
It wants to snap back. So that's what they're doing. It's the rubber band, and they're bringing it back while taking the power and force out of the aircraft.
Okay, because if they had just let it land at full force, it would just go.
It would just go over the deck.
Yeah.
15%. Well, I have to switch my phone soon.
Oh my goodness.
We'll have to probably switch Miss Nozomi to my phone soon because I have more battery power.
That's all good.
I'll abbreviate this. This is the bridle system that hooks up to an aircraft to help pull it forward. This shuttle is connected to the catapults below. Shoots all the way down the front portion of the flight deck, pulling this at over 100 miles per hour, getting it up to speed. Then once it exceeds that, it launches forward. Aircraft catches wind, takes off.
So it's like what the whole hook thing does, except the opposite way.
Yes.
This one's for propulsion, the other one's for de-escalation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I understand. I understand what you're putting down.
Are there any questions while we walk over here?
No. Oh, why does that one have a different paint job than the others? Well, what's the reasoning behind why that one has kind of like a camo type paint job?
Well, this is actually a training variant of the A4 Skyhawk. And since we're still at the Skyhawk, I can show you my favorite feature. This is a training variant that was actually used to train pilots. The A4 Skyhawk, especially in the 70s and 60s, was actually used to fly adversary for Top Gun. So pilots that were in the F-14, as you see down there, because we have an F-14, would fly against this aircraft. More maneuverable, and make them have to work harder. So that way they're getting better. really cool. But the reason for this paint job is because it was flying adversaries, a training aircraft. And the Red Star, well, you can probably guess why. But that was a training squadron that existed.
Ah, I see, I see. Interesting.
The abbreviated version, you're probably wondering, why is the wings over here? That's because this is the resting position. When the A4 takes off and it gets up to speed and in the air, this portion slides back naturally. It's no hydraulics, nothing. All natural wind resistance. But as it comes in for a landing, you want to be able to slow down and have more stability. So therefore, you create more drag. So you have more of a surface area that's creating drag to help stabilize the landing.
Very cool. That is really cool.
This was a feature that was very unique to the Skyhawk. I believe several other aircraft had that, but this was something that was very common since this was a mass-produced model.
Right. I gotcha.
Any questions on that?
I don't think so. Looks pretty cool to me.
All right this way. No questions from chat?
Chat, any questions?
Okay, Miss. So I think Miss Mozumi, if you guys can take a quick break, go to your other screen for a minute. We're gonna switch over to my phone here, and we're gonna use the other feature we talked about. Okay, because we're at like 10%.
Okay. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch to my starting screen, and we'll be right back, guys, as we do a little swap.
All right, we'll be right back, guys.
The stinger's going, wait. And we're back! Hello! Yes. We're on our super secret, screen capture method. Ooh.
We're doing it the getaway.
Oh my gosh, that looks like a wishbone.
Kind of, but this is actually what the tail hook looks like when it's catching an arresting gear cable. This is an arresting gear cable. This is the center portion I told you.
Oh.
So you notice how this band bends? It's a rubber band. This hooks into two other cables, like I told you, the hydraulics that help to pull it back. So as the aircraft is catching, it's in this little crevice right here. See how it fits nice and neat into this crevice.
Oh.
So that's what it looks like. Now, to make sure they have a better, because you don't want this to scrape on the deck, they actually use this tool to help prop up the hook. So what they would do is, example, so come here, Mr. Cameraman, give me an over-the-top view. This tool would lay on the deck, help to prop up the resting gear cable to help increase the rate of catching that cable. They have versions of this in the Navy split. This exact one, but it's an example. Now, you're probably wondering, how do they catch aircraft if the hook doesn't, like, let's say the hook doesn't detect, prop down, or better yet, it breaks? Well, you have an emergency. Yeah, you ever play tennis, Miss Mozumi?
Have I ever played airplane tennis?
Well, tennis in general, but sure.
Yes, tennis. I thought you said airplane tennis. I was like, what is that? Yes, I've played many tennis.
So, have you ever run through the net?
No.
Well, next time you're playing tennis, run through the net, because that's what these aircraft experience. They run basically what is referred of a giant tennis net across the deck. They prop it up if an aircraft does not have an arresting gear cable that is capable of catching a wire. That is the safety net to be able to catch it. It's very
I see.
You can actually see one of the props for the barricade right there. That yellow and orange, it's a little unzoomed, but that yellow and orange, see, I put my finger there, just that. But that yellow and orange tower right there, that actually, there's another one across from it that helps to run that net across.
Oh, okay. I see. So the two ice cream cones, they hold the net.
Two ice cream cones, of course. Now I'm curious, because you are on my phone and you have better connection, so I actually do want to show you my favorite part of the flight deck.
Okay.
Go down here. Are there any questions as we're walking down?
Chat, any questions? They said that's got to be a strong net to stop something like a plane or jet.
Very strong.
Yeah. They said, what material is the net made out of?
Made out of rubber.
Rubber! Alright, so it's got a little bit of a stretch to it.
Right.
How are the planes able to get their landing gear over the arresting cable and still land the hook? Oh. Uh-oh.
Because the arresting gear cables, it's expert. They're coming in, and I'm going to show you here. They have a method to tell them what their proper approach angles are towards the. So it's really cool because we're on my phone. You don't get to see this because we're running on wireless right now. But this is actually the Fresnel. What's the Fresnel optical landing? I don't have a key to turn it on anymore. They took my keys. With the Fresnel, this is what we call the meatball. So
the meatball.
This light system right here. This light system right here helps to tell pilots what their angle is when they come in.
Oh.
So you see blue lights that are lit across here, and you see this big meatball, the yellow line. You be too tall, too in the middle, just right, bottom, you're too low. So notice that. This is the angle which pilots are coming in, see?
Okay, I see.
Too low, you're going to miss or slam into the back of the carrier. Too high, you're going to miss. But if you're just right, you're just right. And pilots typically want to aim here. Now, you're probably wondering, how does this move, right? Is there something that's tracking the aircraft? Well, no, it's not tracking the aircraft. This is actually an optical illusion. The resting position of the light, that's the correct angle. But if you're too high, because think about it, Miss Mozumi, perspective is everything.
Yes.
Too low, I'm a little different, especially with the camera. So this is a natural way using optics to show the angle you're approaching. If you're too high, you're going to see the big wall too high. If you're too low, you're going to see it too low. But if you're coming at the right angle, it's going to be right there in the middle.
Okay, I see. We're getting a little bit breakage here. We're breaking up a bit.
Then we won't go to the LSO platform. But I hope that you did catch a little bit about how those planes come in.
Yes, it's an optical illusion, and if you're coming in just right, it will look the way that it's supposed to look. But if you are not coming in just right, it will look off.
Exactly. Any questions on it? Matter of fact, get a little look at the tower. Look how big that thing is.
Woo! Look at that thing.
It's not called the tower. In the Navy, the center tower is called the island. So it's
The island.
before we call it the bridge tour. We don't call it the tower tour. We call it the island. Guess what? All this flat deck, we have that one structure. It's the island.
Ah. I see.
Up there in this glass case, right there, that is actually the equivalent of an air traffic control tower. That's known as primary flight control. Primary flight control is where the air boss works.
Yeah.
The air boss. The air boss is the former pilot, but he has had a lot of experience flying. He is responsible for all planning the day, for all landings, takeoffs, and any pilots that are going up in the air. Nobody takes off on the carrier or lands on the carrier without the air boss's permission. So I guess you could say he's a boss.
He's a boss. Yes. He's the alpha.
The big boss. He's
the big boss.
He's the Sigma grindset alpha gamer.
Sigma, he's like Peaky Blinders. He's Sigma. He's awesome.
But the air boss does that. Now, are there any questions on anything we just discussed about resting gears and landing?
Any questions? Any questions, chat? What happens if there is an attack in the island? Is there a second place to manage aircraft operations in the carrier?
Yes, there is. Down below in CIC. CIC is Combat Information Center. If the island does not... So, PryFly is primary flight control for the air boss, but you can go down into CIC, but CIC is basically the primary and secondary method. It's down below decks inside the island. But if the island's attacked, you're probably wondering, how did they steer? Well, there's the secondary con. The secondary con is actually an auxiliary bridge that's in the front of the ship, and they have these little portholes in the middle. But if the island gets knocked out, they have to put 2 radio men up top to be able to help steer and navigate the ship.
Oh, I see. Chat asks, can they look at the Tomcat?
We can try over there. Hopefully, we'll head over that way. Hopefully, we can not lose connection.
It's a dead zone over there. We're going into uncharted territory.
It's the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, it is. It's the Bermuda Triangle over there.
And the lights will flicker on and off.
It's the hash-slinging slasher.
Hash-slinging. Cheesy. The Karaspika slinging slasher.
The Karaspika slinging slasher.
It is getting laggy.
Still getting lag? We're good, right?
I can hear.
Oh,
we lost.
Yeah.
I can hear. I'm here.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little.
Take a nice roll.
Yeah.
Nice
She's all splotchy.
Let her like keep talking so we know.
Okay, well, I'll keep talking here. I'm talking right now because I don't
Yes,
want to.
I can hear. It's all good.
Okay, trying to get close to Tomcat. So if we lose the stream, chat, it's your fault.
This is like a horror movie, like a found footage one. Like you're approaching the Blair Witch and the foot is gonna cut.
I'm so freaking scared right now. It's like I'm in a small stereo.
Oh my god. Oh, what's this?
Real quick, this is actually the catapult control panel. So there would be a guy in a green shirt over here. So we talked about launching with the catapults. Well, they send signals down to the catapult room by hitting buttons on this control panel over there. So this is the display of that. You have your first ready, standby, and this is actually sending signals down to the catapult room. It does not directly control the catapult because if they hit the fire button, it sends a signal down to the catapult room and they hit the fire button. It's an analog communication.
I see.
Giving an abbreviated view of this as we're walking down, one of the biggest advantages America had during World War II was our advances in fire control radar. This is an example of a fire control radar that was used for anti-aircraft guns. So, take a nice look there.
Oh, there's the guns.
Well, no, the radar.
That's the radar, yes.
Yes. This is the fire control radar. What's really cool about this is, and believe it or not, yes, someone would be inside of there. You see the glass.
Oh, he's had to be so sweaty.
Very, very sweaty. Basically, it's like he was playing League.
He's playing League in there.
Playing League in there. Very, very sweaty.
Keeps fighting words.
But fire control radar would send information inside to an analog computer. One of the most advanced computer systems in the world at the time was an analog computer that could be programmed to track aircraft in the sky. And then that computer, with hydraulics, controlled these weapons to be able to shoot aircraft. What you see right here is the 127 millimeter anti-aircraft gun. Well, it's a dual-purpose gun. Now, Mr. Mozumi, what do you mean? What do I mean by dual-purpose gun? Do you think?
Dual-purpose gun. Okay, well, one of the first purposes I would say is this is an anti-air gun. Does it have a dual purpose outside of that?
Yes, ma'am. Meaning that it is dual-purpose in that it can be used either anti-air or ship-to-ship. The 127 millimeter was the workhorse for the United States Navy during World War II, and it was commonly found on destroyers as their main armor.
Ah, it's like a cannon.
It is a cannon.
Yeah.
Now, this is really. How many people do you think it takes to operate this one gun?
How long do I think it takes to operate a gun?
How long? How many?
How many? Oh, 3?
Nope.
4?
Nope.
8?
Nope.
20.
Lower.
Okay, lower. 12.
Oh, you're really, really hot.
13.
Nope. Lower.
11. 11.
11. There were 11. There was the gun captain. There was the movers. There was the shooters. There were the loaders, the primers. You had 11 people manning this gun.
Each one of those guns, there had to be 11 people around each one?
Yep.
What? Wait, how did you fit 11 people down there?
If you were in a dual turret setup, you would have about 13 people, meaning that there would be 2 guns. If you go to the USS Iowa Museum, or if you're on the East Coast, if you go to Wisconsin, or you go to I believe Wisconsin's the only. Oh wait, no, New Jersey. Sorry, Ryan's kidding. But if you go to New Jersey, they actually have turrets that have with armored casings that have the 127 millimeter in dual format.
Wow. Oh my.
Oh, and this is really cool too. So, Mr. Mozumi, a little off topic from the guns. What do you think the flight deck is made out of? We're looking around. It's big. It's gray. What do you think it's made out of? There's rust.
Oh, what do I think the flight deck is made out of? I would have to steel.
Nope.
It's not steel. Iron.
Nope.
Aluminum.
Nope.
Titanium.
Nope. Just getting more high tech.
Okay. Copper. It'd be very expensive if it was copper. I don't know. What is it made out of?
It's no metal.
Wood.
Wood?
Take a look here.
But there's rust. Oh my god.
This is the original deck from World War II. It's just paved over with a special turf that makes it like a road, so that way aircraft have grip with their tires. But the entire deck and all the Essex class aircraft carriers are made out of teak. And you want to know why they're made out of teak?
Absorbent?
Nope.
Nope.
It's cheap.
It's just cheap?
It's cheap. Wood was a lot cheaper than steel, so they did.
Yes.
The U.S. carriers did not have armored flight decks besides the Midway class, but that was mainly because the idea was your aircraft carrier should never be in the heat of battle and does not need a flight deck.
Yeah. Okay, so the rust is from just like the metal bits around kind of like leaking out onto the deck.
Yes, it's from
it's
from the special turf that is paved over the wood to be able to help the tires, and that is the part that looks rusty.
Okay, I understand.
All right, getting closer to the Tomcat. Don't worry, folks, we're almost there.
Look at him.
Right here, the 3-inch 50 cal gun, dual format. This was one of the first automatic and hydraulic computer system controlled anti-aircraft weapons of World War II. Commonly found on the Des Moines class cruisers, which there was USS Des Moines, and there was Mrs. Salem, which is a real heavy cruiser from World War II that you can find in New England. But this weapon, I can't remember how many rounds per minute, but it essentially would fire dun 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 dun, and it would fire these weapons in the air, not to directly hit an aircraft, but to have the explosion and the shrapnel try to hit the aircraft. Because as you can see here, if this was World War II and Hornet had her World War II armament of anti-aircraft guns, if we were at general quarters and the ship was under attack, the entire sky would be full black. You know why?
Smoke? Shrapnel.
Creating the Iron Curtain.
The Iron Curtain. Oh. Wow. Look at those things.
Look at that. See, that's the 38 50 cal round you see right there.
Wow, that's the round?
Yep.
It looks like Hubba Bubba Gum. Doesn't it?
It's more of a bazooka, bazooka bubble gun.
Bazooka bubblegum. Okay, I'll accept it.
What's the old commercial? Bazooka bubble gun.
Oh my god, it's been so long.
Sorry if I'm hitting you with the boomer jokes.
Boomer jokes? Bazooka's not boomer, right, guys? Say it's not.
Pretty boomer.
Oh boy, here
All
it
right,
is.
Guys. Yeah, you've been waiting for it.
Oh, look at his teeth. I bet he doesn't have cavities.
No, it doesn't have cavities. It gives cavities.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, this aircraft is used in multiple different squadrons. It's famous because if you know your military history or you just like movies in general, if you like Tom Cruise, you know, you got the need for speed. Top Gun.
Top Gun. Look at him. Can we get a little look at his face up there? Our lad. He is not happy.
It's okay. We're gonna make an LCD model out of him. We're gonna just put the eyes and the LCD eyes and mouth on him. It's good. It's gonna do.
I mean, he does have the moe aspect. I mean, his face is cutesy, I think.
It's cutesy. It's would you say it's demure?
Would I say it's demure? Is that what you said?
Would you say it's demure, not demure?
Demure. I don't know if I would classify that as demure. He's got. Wait, does he have a big buck tooth in the front?
No, he doesn't have a big buck tooth.
Well, like it's all sharp, and then his teeth. Oh, okay. So it's two big teeth. Very
He's got a pointy thing.
He's got a cat mouth. He's got a cleft lip.
there you go. What was it? Yeah.
Yeah. He's already there. He could totally be a VTuber.
He totally could. That just knows me. Have you seen Austin Powers?
Have I seen Austin Powers?
Yes, have you seen Austin Powers, British secret agent?
It's been a long time.
I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not even gonna make this joke. I'm not even gonna do it. You know what? You need to go and watch that movie.
Okay.
Zoomer.
Hey! Alright, Christmas cake.
You probably are. You play iPad games, huh?
iPad games? I'm a retro gamer. How dare thee?
The cool part is that you can actually have reverse camera. You actually see a log of all the different pilots who flew this aircraft and where they were from.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
So, last person to fly this aircraft, right here.
Kraft.
Guy by the name of Kraft from Minnesota.
His name was Kraft, and he's the last one to fly the aircraft?
Now, the cool part about the Tomcat is, you notice how the wings are at an angle here? Well, when it's about to take off, especially takes off the flight deck, these wings actually fold forward, if you know something about that. And then as it gets up in the air, if they're trying to go to top speed, these wings swoop back. It's increased. It's to be able to make it like a blade flying through the air.
Yeah.
But if you wanted more stability, especially as dogfighting, they made the wings spread out.
Right. Oh. Very cool.
So over here, take a look at the back Tomcat right now. Look at these engines. We had a look inside of some of the engines too. Look at that.
Oh my god!
Definitely don't want to be sticking your head in here while it's getting underway. You know, that's why we have the jet blast defection barrier.
An astronaut could spend like 3 weeks in there.
Totally could. And then look how large the tail hook is for this thing. Takes
wow.
and it's very sturdy because this aircraft, its nickname was the Turkey back in the day because it was big. It was the biggest jet aircraft that the Navy had.
Oh.
It's heavy. Matter of fact, we have it here on the flight deck, but at one point in time, before we could do some repairs on the flight deck, it was so heavy on an Essex class aircraft carrier that we're on right now that it actually was making dents into the flight deck. That's how heavy it was. Yeah.
Impressive.
Big girl. Big girl.
Yes.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
Hey, big is beautiful in America.
It's beautiful. Wonderful. All right, are there any questions?
Any questions, guys? Any questions? They said F-14 got a fat dumpy.
Anyways. You guys are bad.
They are bad. They're bad. They're bad. They asked, is that an S3 Viking?
It is an S3 Viking. Whoever said that, you know your plane. So, along with the S2, we have the S3, which was the evolution of the S2, and it serves the same purpose as the S2 trackers.
Oh.
One cool part is we talked about how aircraft are pulled, right, with the catapults.
Yes.
Well, in the modern movie, and this is a better example, this is actually an example of a recyclable shuttle system, but also with the bridle system. So what we had over there with the cables, over there in the A4, that was a cable bridle system. That's old school.
Okay.
Over here is the new school. This is recyclable. So as the aircraft gets up to speed, this function pushes forward and falls forward as the aircraft gets up to speed, and they drag it back. It's not a disposable, so you know. And it also functions as the pushing bar. So you know how we said we have to put the aircraft in place, and then we had the disposables. The Navy went away from that. So this system right here acts as both, what keeps it in place, but also what launches it forward.
Oh, nifty and not wasteful. Resourceful.
In here, I'll be careful. In here, it's an example of the cables that you would see. And the hydraulics that are, this is all connected to the catapult room down below.
Oh.
So, get a nice look in there. And they're responsible for pulling aircraft that are thousands of pounds, especially when you load them up with ordnance. The catapult room has to put hydraulic fluid into the piston, and the catapult down below is basically a giant piston down below that helps shoot the aircraft forward. But you have to have a certain amount of hydraulic fluid and force that's generated for different types of aircraft.
Oh.
She's still undergoing some repairs right now, but she's a little bit in rough shape. But a restoration team will be working on her very soon.
Yeah, she got all those yellow splotches on her.
Hey! Just because she's old don't mean she can't still do it. You know, she still got it.
Yeah, little John just never hurt anybody.
All right, any questions?
Any questions? Any questions, chat? Aging gracefully, they said. Yeah.
Exactly. No questions at all?
I'm waiting to see if there's questions. I'm not gonna read out the other things they're saying.
What are the other things they're saying?
They really like the plane, I'll just say that.
What's that? Give me an example. What is that?
They asked, does the deck rot? Does the wood deck rot?
No, it does have erosion from the from obviously being out, being in the sun, and being in the weather. However, one of the projects we've done is looked at flight deck restoration, which would imply that we have to redo the wood in the future, but that will be a future campaign that we'll look into when our development department sees it's time to go into that direction.
Okay. Man, that's gotta be quite the operation to replace all that deck.
It's not easy. So it's like, and we are talking about CarrierCon here. So CarrierCon's actually the main focus this year is a fundraiser for our ship restoration project. And you can go online and learn more about that at the Hornet's website. We actually have a whole breakdown of what's going to happen. We're going to be able to restore the ship's theater because there was a little movie theater here and use it as a STEM classroom, be able to use it for different events. Matter of fact, in the future, we might be able to use it for some VTuber activities. So, your support and ticket to CarrierCon is 100% going towards that fundraiser.
Yeah, guys, it's for a good cause. Use code V-Dere CC25. It's down there in the corner for a discount on your ticket.
Now, we talked about the different iterations of the Hornet when we first started the tour. So, this aircraft, here's Hornet CVA, Yorktown class aircraft carrier. What is a class of aircraft carrier? It's a certain design of an aircraft carrier, and that means there's multiple carriers using that design. The design after the Yorktown class was the Essex class. It was a post-Washington Naval Treaty design. It was designed for warfare. So the Essex class carried more aircraft and was more reliable than the Yorktown class. However, USS Enterprise, the Yorktown class, does have a history of being one of the most reliable and legendary carriers in the United States Navy. So Essex had a legend to look up to, but the Essex class was effective. So this is USS Hornet, which she went out to sea when she was a straight deck carrier. This is during World War II. Post World War II, 1950s and 60s, you have CVA, which is the attack variant. Those still straight deck, right? But she has catapults now. That's because we're launching jet aircraft. Catapults are put forward here. Aircraft are still landing here, but it's still dangerous because what if an aircraft doesn't catch and they're going, bam, crash into them, right?
Yeah, don't want that.
So the Navy had this issue. So you know what they did?
What?
They did what every great American does. They stole from the British.
Yippee! Well, I wouldn't call it stealing. I would say taking what's rightfully yours. But go ahead.
Taking what's rightfully ours, even though we technically rebelled against the British Empire. But anyway,
they deserved it. They deserved it. Don't listen to the lobsterbacks.
America. Anyway, we took the British actually came up with the idea of an angle deck carrier for their own Navy. So zoom out here. So you notice how the deck goes on an angle here. They made a partition that made it no longer a straight deck carrier, but an angle deck. That's because aircraft now land, we run the cables across here, they land here, and if they miss, they either go over the side, away from the ship. So, because one of the issues they had was if an aircraft went over the side of the front, it would sink underneath the ship and the pilot would die. But they had a bit, if it went over the side, it wouldn't go under. But also, if the aircraft missed, they could always catch wind again and go around and try again. It was safer that way. And then they still did flight operations at the front part of the ship. So it was a lot safer, a lot more effective.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So here, we'll zoom out here, take a little look at all of them compared.
This is evolution, chat. Take a good look. History.
Yes, Darwin would be proud.
I like the slanted one. That's really cool. It just makes sense.
That's the one we're on right now.
Yeah.
CarrierCon 2005. Okay, are there any questions?
Any questions, chat? They asked, did I shower for this? I'm not answering that. How many people worked on creating the carrier?
How many people on building the carrier?
Yeah.
Well, USS Hornet CV-12, which when it was first laid down was not actually called USS Hornet. The ship was actually supposed to be called USS Kearsarge. But when Hornet CV-8, the original USS Hornet, was sunk in the Battle of Santa Cruz, This ship was renamed USS Hornet to honor the legacy of that fallen ship. It's always the Navy likes to recycle names, keeping the ships back in the fight. So this ship didn't become Kearsarge. It was laid down in August of 1942.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was launched in August of 1943. So 1 full year of construction. 1 full year for this entire carrier.
1 full year. Whew. That's not that long at all.
Yes, it's class carrier. Well, that's because that is a testament to America's ingenuity and our wartime economy that allowed us, and our workforce, that allowed us to be able to produce as many carriers and get as many ships out as we could.
Hoorah,
So,
baby.
yes, it's was the most numerous carriers, and they were being produced the fastest.
Wow. America's amazing.
I don't know the exact number of people that worked on this ship, but I do know she was on the assembly line in Newport News.
Oh, okay. Wow. There's
Any other
another plane
questions?
behind you with his mouth open.
Kira had a name for it, or not? Was it Kira or was it Alpha Beta? They call it Rudolph the Red-Nosed Plane.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Plane? I can see that. It kind of looks like an olive, actually.
So you see a little hook, we can always take that out.
Oh!
Obviously, we were clear, but, we're not going to do that right now.
He's got a little gummy mouth.
Exactly. Okay, any questions? So we're at the end of the tour here, so I'll take the time and for any questions you got. Any questions at all? It's all good. But just let me know.
Have you played Azure Lane?
Have I played Azure Lane? Actually, yes, I did for a little bit. Ironically enough, it was really Azure Lane that inspired us with CarrierCon to make our mascot, Hornet Chan, for there. And ironically enough, inspired me to start a Vtuber group I work with. Anyway,
Yeah, V-Fleet.
so yes, to answer your question, yes, I have played Azure Lane. I don't anymore. I don't have time, simply. But yeah, so I know about Azure.
People in chat are saying, I know a lot about this particular boat because of Azure Lane.
This ship, I believe this ship is actually in Azure Lane. We've actually done a few collabs with Azure Lane. One of the things we actually have for CarrierCon this year, and it's actually on display here. So if you come to CarrierCon this year, we actually have an exclusive stock of Azure Lane Hornet merch. It's a collaboration we did with Azure Lane, and you can buy our exclusive stock here. It's only a limited time, so you have to come to the ship and buy it.
Yes! Guys, you have to go for the exclusive Hornet merch.
We also have a few standees and other amazing merch that we're going to have exclusive to CarrierCon this year, so you're going to love it.
Yippee! And of course, V-Dere will be there as well. I'm pretty sure that there will be V-Dere merch as well, so
there will be Cow Entertainment will be here vending for direct merch.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for having us, Gabe.
No problem. No, thank you, Miss Nozomi. Appreciate that. Any
No
last
problem.
questions I can answer before we go?
Guys, any last questions at the end of our tour? Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of chat delay, so they're gonna take a second to catch up. They said
problem at all.
show your keychains.
My keychains.
That's what they said.
Well, okay, so let me adjust this here. So, obviously there's my badge. Here's my key for World of Warships right there.
Oh.
But here are actually some of the VTubers that I work with. This is ironically in Hornet. This is our own USS Hornet, CIVI, get it? Haha,
Oh, I get it.
This is our F-18 Super Hornet, Faye. So she's an F-18 Super Hornet, a jet girl. She actually was in a concert with Miss Kira Spica. And this is her little sister, Ami, an F-35 Lightning II.
Oh.
And this is our first gen, so I like to keep them close to my heart. So.
Very nice. They're so cute. Very good designs. Very good designs. Any other questions? Yes. Are they? Yeah. Can I ask? Are they going to be in the concert this year?
So Faye will be in the concert along with her other sisters, Mo and Josie. But Faye, she's in the concert with Miss Kira Spica. She does a fantastic job. I know she's learned a lot from just watching you guys in V-Dere and Kira Spica. So you guys have been good senpais to her. So she's very excited for her second concert here. So they'll be participating and they'll be doing meet and greets along with you ladies in V-Dere. So we're very much looking forward to that.
Yeah. Maybe we should mention about CarrierCon. You want to give any fast facts about CarrierCon coming up and you know where people can buy tickets?
So Miss Nozomi, obviously, I don't know if you can link it in your chat, but you can buy tickets on the Eventbrite. It's on the either CarrierCon's Twitter or on our Instagram. You can find the link there, but also you can go to the USS Hornet website. But you can buy your tickets there. Obviously, use Miss Nozomi's code right there for $5 off admission. Your admission ticket is going towards this fundraiser, guys. I can't emphasize enough the support that you give for museum ships, and this is beyond just even the Hornet. You know, this could be Iowa, this could be Jersey, this could be Intrepid, this could be Salem, this could be Little Rock. And you probably don't know where USS Little Rock is, but it's Cleveland class cruiser. But these museum ships matter because they're preserving history. The history of science and technology to be able to educate the future. You know, we have a lot of kids that come aboard and they get inspired to become pilots and engineers and future STEMers as well because of what we do, but also preserving the history of those who came before. I tell you this, when I first came aboard the Hornet, I was a volunteer, it was COVID, and I really wanted to help out with the ship and help keep around because I'll tell you folks, it wasn't a good situation for us in COVID, but we bounced back. But what I fell in love with was working with the docents, hearing their stories, just helping to preserve their legacy. And that's what I feel I'm charged with to do with what I do here at the Hornet. Yes, I'm not a docent anymore. I'm a marketing manager, but I want to tell you guys about what they did, what we do here. And so thank you guys for your support of the museum. And anything you choose to give, a donation, even $2, that's what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah! All of this is going towards a good cause, guys. It's helping keeping technological history, American history, military history. If any of that stuff interests you, which I know a lot of you it does, it helps keep that in the forefront of people's minds for generations to come. And that's why it's good to participate in CarrierCon. Go see an awesome concert while you're at it. And check everything out. It's gonna be awesome. I'll link to them. I'm going to have like a little chat with them after we finish here. But thank you so much, Gabe. You've been awesome.
Oh, thank you, Miss Nozomi. And thank you so much to all the ladies at V-Dere. We very much appreciate your support. It means the world to us here at the Hornet. It's going to be a great CarrierCon this year. We can't wait to have you guys. It's an excellent concert we're going to have afterwards. But thank you, ladies, for, you know, obviously helping to promote the ship, but also to encourage people to support this because I tell you what, I love it when we can get the younger generation and link to the older generation because it takes all of us together to keep history alive. So thank you, everyone at home. I've been Gabriel Cherry. You have a great day. We'll see you on the flight deck.
Thank you so much. See you, Gabe. Bye-bye.
Did I cut it?
I'm in the corner. How's the audio, guys? Everything sound good? That was awesome. Hello, I'm back. Wow, well that was really cool. I like that. Man, I've always wanted to do kind of like IRL tours like that. Especially with streaming, but obviously there's a limitation with my digital form. So I'd love to do more things like that in the future. It's good, all good. Yeah, actually it was really informative. Yeah, it's so cool. And the cool part is, this is not the end, this is just the start of it. You just got familiar with where we're going to be doing our convention activities, so gonna be awesome. Nothing short of awesome, yeah. There was some donations and stuff during the stream I didn't read out, because obviously I didn't want to... We had limited time, so I didn't want to take up any of his time that we didn't have to, but I'm going to read them now. Thank you, Argando. This is really cool. Thanks for the great tour around the boat. Hope I can go see it someday. Yeah! I hope you can too. Thank you, Centeno. Jimmy did not have an aircraft carrier. After saving up from his day job for 20 years, Jimmy had saved up enough money to buy 35,000 tons of galvanized square steel. Wow. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Centeno. Thank you, Grayuri. Just got my drone pilot license today and come back to a carrier stream. Peak content. What are the chances? Oh my god. Yeah, and yesterday it was supposed to be, this was actually supposed to happen yesterday, but I asked to reschedule because I'd been gone for so long. So it just insane timing, insane chance there. And thank you, bro, dude, man, for the gifted. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. That was so cool. Too bad it's in California. Well, unfortunately, I feel like you're going to be having to say that a lot when it comes to many things. Important question. How do I donate? Stream. I have a tips. What do you call it? Panel on my Twitch. If you scroll down, if you click that, it'll take you to my Stream Elements link for donation. Thank you. And then thank you, Stuffer. You expect me to believe you were live on that ship? Vampires can't cross bodies of water. Well, I don't have to cross a body of water to be on that ship. I'm East Coast, buddy. It's all intercontinental. Is the Hornet open for public visitation? Yeah, it's a museum. It's a museum. So the whole carrier is a museum. It is. They have hours on their site. Yeah. God, I love naval aviation. Man, this makes me want to do more stuff like this, more museum tours. I definitely want to do, whatchamacallit. I'd love to do, I have someone's in mind. Okay, wait, I shouldn't say them. I should wait until I message them and then talk about them. But I have some places in mind I want to hit up. I think it'd be cool. But they were very nice. This actually was offered to me. I didn't ask for this, but they actually offered it to me. I was like, heck yeah! Heck yeah, I want a tour of the ship. Oh my god, that's so cool. I've never done anything like that. So will your next museum tour be the National Video Game Museum? Well, I don't know. I mean, I would like to do... If you asked me, I want to do a train museum. I want to do a medical museum. And I want to do a Civil War museum. I like all of those. I think they're very interesting topics. Yeah. This was so nice. Yeah, it is very nice. I would love to do more of this stuff. It's really cool. Museum tours are so cool, especially when you can do it in company with others. Yeah, I agree. So I hope more museums are going to move to doing virtual tours, because that helps a lot, you know? It makes it a lot more accessible to learn things. Get Hani to set you up with a virtual Super Potato trip? What's a Super Potato? Are? What is that? I'd be down for any of the museums in DC. In DC? Well, I don't know if any of the DC ones do virtual tours. If we could do any of like the Smithsonian's, that'd be insane. That'd be so cool. Oh yeah, look forward to the train museum tour. I want to do trains! I love trains. I love them. Gives it a lot of traction. Yeah. There is one in mind that I think does virtual tours. Obviously, it's for the public and not for streamers. So I think I will send them an email, but I think they'll be open to it. Yeah. Might be able to do Colorado Railroad Museum. They already have a decent presence on YouTube through Heist. Oh, Colorado Railroad Museum. I'll keep it in mind. There's a specific war museum in Fredericksburg, Texas you'd like. Yeah. So, this has been really cool. Lots and lots of trains. Coming right around the bend, heading down the track. Lots of trains. Listen to the sound of that clickety-clack. I wanna hop on board and I'm not coming back. I smell that smoke coming out of the stack. It's so good! I don't know. I like trains. Yeah. I'll keep it in mind. Definitely something to look forward to. It's interesting content, you know. I know a lot of people have done tours of the USS Hornet because of what they offer, but it would be really cool to see if this can't possibly be like something we can do more often. I really like it. Yeah. See the stream and smell that smoke. No! No, I'm not smoking! I don't smoke! I'm not autistic! Shut the hell up! I'm not Stop! Shut up! Oh my god! Kitty cat down the track. It's lots and lots of trades, yes. Dude, absolutely you should do this more often. This was a totally different experience. Yeah, I like it. I love museums. When I go on trips and I get to, when I go on trips and I get to organize them myself, I always like to go to, museums. Are you sure? Not beating the allegations, not diagnosed, but... Shut... Anyway, thanks you guys! It sounds like a good time to end the stream! Oh my god. Y'all know Mozu does chew instead of smoke. That's why her teeth are bad. You can't gaslight me, Mozu. I'm not! You're gaslighting me! You guys have Munchausen's by proxy. You have Munchausen's by proxy, alright? I'm not gonna be your gypsy, alright? I'm not gonna be your gypsy rose, okay? Alright? Still love you despite the debuff. Thank you guys for coming today. I had a blast of a time doing this stream with ya. I think this is a good time to end it, huh, guys? Let me pack another lip, Peachy. She has holes in her teeth, not yellow ones. Not a smoker yet. Are you gonna share that extra chromosome? Thanks, guys. Okay, no, seriously, thanks. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. This has been an awesome stream. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but expect a waiting room up soon. I am... What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? I guess I'll get back to work. I got work to do. I do. But I had a fun time. I'm gonna look into doing more stuff like this because I really did enjoy this. Stalker? Yes, maybe we can do Stalker tomorrow. Yes, maybe we can do Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl or something. I don't know. Maybe we can do that. I don't know. Mozu room tour when? No, that's not happening. That is not happening. I would get Uber doxed anyways. That's what would happen. That's what it would happen. Alright. That's it. Thank you guys! Have a good rest of your day. I almost said stream. You don't stream, I do. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow for Stalker, and I'm gonna look at getting more tours like this in the future because I like it. I think this was very nifty and cool. I like informational content. I'll see you guys later. Oyasumozu for now, and bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.